They're like pinball machines, going ding, 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 ding. That's just the way it's going to be.
Well, the sensory orientation of the American cultural trait and feature, a culture built on the print book, all that sensory orientation is based on the eye and its linear qualities that came with the printed book. Then it was supplemented with kinetic space, which the industries in America burst and dumped on the world. And that was an extension of the muscular part of the body. So these basic sensory orientations, visual and kinetic, are the background, the meme of American culture for its identity. We wave at the flag, that's a visual marker. Now, we've moved into, for the last 50 to 100 years, we moved into a tactile electric extension. The electricity, the electric environment, its simultaneous character and systole diastole character is an extension of the tactile sense. So we've seen 50 or more years of American culture trying to adjust itself to the tactile orientation of our sensory realignment.
So they're like pinball machines, going ding, 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 ding. That's just the way it's going to be. Now, if you're talking about something important, like in the next business meeting I'm going to go into, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there, have the conversation, A, B, C, D, back and forth, and then what I'm going to do is do a little Android pattern interrupt, because I know they're going to have their phone on them and they're not concentrating anyway. And I'm going to say, did you understand what I just said? Text, send. There'll be a delay. About 10 seconds later, they'll get that. We'll be talking about, whatever, and then boom, they'll trigger back in, and I can pull them back in. What do you think? So they're like pinball machines, going ding, 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 ding. That's just the way it's going to be.
Well, I think you're becoming an artist. That's excellent news, James. You're figuring out how not to judge the effect, but to work with it like an artist.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Hello?
Honey? Are you at the club?
Yes.
I'm at the mall now, and I found this beautiful leather coat. It's only $1,000. Can I get it?
Well, sure, if you like it that much.
Okay, I also stopped by the Mercedes dealership and saw the new model. You know, the one I really like.
How much?
120.
Well, at that price, I want it with all the options.
Great! Oh, and one more thing. The house we wanted last year is back on the market. They're asking 1.5.
We'll make them an offer. But come in at 1.4.
Okay. I love you, baby.
I love you too.
Okay, bye.
Does anybody know whose phone this is?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, remember, a month ago I talked about analogical mirrors? Somebody wanted to know about that. And I went into how McLuhan regarded technologies as mirrors of different sensory aspects of ourselves. Well, you held up a mirror to her, but you didn't hold up a little thing that she sees your face. You used the present environment and mirrored the action back to her. That's like a proprioceptive mirror.
Yes. When I address anybody in a public forum, I'm going to tell them to turn all their cell phones on. Everything. All of it on. I'm not going to tell you to turn them off. I'm going to tell you to turn them on. And then by us having them all on at the same time, we can go through an interrupted pattern of I want the phones to go off. And while the phones are going off, I'm going to ask people what do they think at that moment the phone goes off, and use it as a method so they can see what's happening to them. Because I don't want them to turn them off anymore. Now I want to turn them on. Everything. Fax, TV, everything. As much noise as possible. So they're like pinball machines. Going ding, 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 ding. That's just the way it's going to be.
And James, you're moving to postgraduate level here in Bob studies. It's incredible. I mean, I was scolding you a bit at the last two shows because you were paying attention to State of the Union addresses by Obama and these various media content, and you were trying to study the effects. But now you have moved to excellent status. I mean, this is incredible. That's exactly what we have to do. We have to tell everybody to turn on their phones so that we can make them aware of the environment. Excellent. I've been looking forward to that day.
So they're like pinball machines, going ding, 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 ding. That's just the way it's going to be. Mode. Now that the trance now in this day and age doesn't they aren't as long or as deep as they were maybe 15, 20 years ago when you would go into the theater and you wouldn't have pieces of electricity, boxes attached to you. In such trouble because the moment the movie ends and the credits starts rolling, people wire in anyway. So they aren't even really in the movie anyway. They don't even, they're already left the theater. They're already like, they're like pinball machines going ding, 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 ding. That's just the way it's going to be.
No, McLuhan used to advocate, Marshall McLuhan, for the society to wake up. He said, let's turn off the TV environment for 6 weeks or a couple of months so people become aware of what it had done to their sensory orientation.
And the best part is there's nothing you could do to stop it. I mean, what are you going to do, turn off your TV and your computer?
Actually, since we can't turn the Android meme off, and it is so much a part of us, McLuhan did this 50 years ago, advocate this. It has actually flipped into a new media ecological situation where we don't have a meme fest, we get everybody to acknowledge all the bodies they have by turning on their cell phones. Excellent proposal, James. This is very exciting. This is exactly what we need to do. This is the analogical mirror.
Yes. So they're like pinball machines going ding, 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 ding. That's just the way it's going to be. Yes. And by doing so, we can make a joke about it at the same time, and then everybody realizes, because I realize if you shut everything off and try and talk to somebody, you're not going to get through anyway. So you might as well turn everything on, and then you interrupt their pattern to that moment and get some information in there that will maybe take up 30 seconds, and then they can go jumble off all over the place. So they're like pinball machines. Going ding, 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 ding. That's just the way it's going to be. So now I have I realized in one demonstration on myself that by pattern interrupted using the chip landscape in the physical space of somebody within 2 or 3 feet with the delay switch, it's actually better that texts show up late than instant. I realize that now. If they showed up instantly, it wouldn't be as great, actually. So they're like pinball machines going ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. That's just the way it's going to be. What do you think about that?
Exagero normal em publicidade para ajudar a passar a mensagem, de certo compreenderão. Novo Vibra Spot da PMN. O telemóvel que quando toca, não toca. Vibra ligeiramente, claro.